Hello everyone, welcome to From the Star Wars Home Video Library. I'm your host Nathan P. Butler. This time, thanks to the generosity of Mark Westcott, we are going to take a look at another item that he has sent my way as he sort of donates a piece of his collection and whatnot into mine. And that is something that is an Australian version of something that we have previously seen from places like the US and from Japan. It is an item that, recently became less useful, of course, because the specials in question wound up appearing now on Disney+. But if you want a physical copy, it is the most recent release of what we're talking about, and that is the Ewok telemovies, or the Ewok Adventures double feature DVD. For comparison purposes, this is the US one. Recall that it has the title and everything up here, nothing on the top. Your art there, the title's down here for the individual specials, but then where it says double feature is that weird section down here. And at the back, you've got your menu showing, you've got your, your big space up here taken up by the UPC where it says double feature next to it, but it can't run all the way across, so it's kind of scooted over. Your text and all your stats and whatnot down here at the bottom. Okay. Remember, of course, that for the US, we had an insert with the art of the Ewoks and what's on the individual chapters, because the disc itself was one of those god-awful, double-sided, single-layer, flipper freaking discs that I loathe so much. And we saw that in some regions, like Japan, they did it smarter, and it wasn't a flipper disc, it was simply a dual-layer DVD, which allowed the DVD to have an actual label instead of the little ring label. And in some regions, like Japan, you saw clear DVD cases, which allowed to basically create a product that didn't need an insert, because you'd actually include the insert's information, like the chapter listings, inside the package on the reverse of the outer insert, because when you open it with a clear case, you could see through the case and see the chapter listings. Turns out Australia took a very similar tack to what we saw from Japan, and that is this. And this is Star Wars The Ewok Adventures on DVD from Australia. So notice here, because Australia requires the rating and rating information to go with it, all down here. They took the double feature, took it out of the strange shape and just made it a banner, and stuck it up here at the top. Then it still has Star Wars Ewok Adventures and the characters and the titles. But then the titles are directly above the DVD symbol and the rating, which in this case is PG, parental guidance recommended for persons under 15 years, low-level violence. Low-level violence? Tell that to Sindel, who watches her entire family get freaking slaughtered. But I guess they're slaughtered in a low-level violent way. Okay, so your cover, spine, 20th Century Fox Home Entertainment, Star Wars Caravan of Courage, Battle for Endor, Wicket, product number, Lucasfilm DVD, and then the obligatory rating. The back rearranged a little bit again because there's the rating down here. So you've got the UPC kind of moved down here, the vital stats scooted up into its own separate little box here. So it says double feature across the center, text about each, spread all the way across with no image there of the menu. Then UPC, various iconography and whatnot, like DVD and that sort of thing. Then your legalese and your PG down here. And then as far as your actual disc specs, language, only English 2.0 stereo, which is not surprising. Subtitles, just English for the hearing impaired. It is, of course, 4x3. It is region 4 PAL. Okay? And it is Colour, as they say in Australia and Britain and places like that. It's not color. It's Colour. C-O-L-O-U-R. How do you get color with an O-U-R? I know it's probably the original version of the word, but it's one of the times where the English, American English spelling, I think, makes more sense. Then again, I tend to think that spelling makes a lot more sense when it's in Cyrillic because it's more of a phonetic alphabet than ours, because our language can be insane. But I'm getting off track here. So, we open it up, and what you will find is, again, this type of interior like Japan, where we've got the scene information, the image that we would have had on the front of an insert. Caution, improper use may permanently damage your disc, with some care tips, and then instructions on how to remove the disc properly. Okay, this was 2004, so maybe there were some people who still didn't know quite how to do that. And then the disc label, very similar to Japan or what we saw in, I guess it was Spain, maybe? So Star Wars Ewok Adventures, a little bit of legalese, actually a lot of legalese running around the edge there. You got the image. You have a DVD-9 dual-layer single-sided disc. Hallelujah! Layer transition may trigger a slight pause. Don't care. Still better than a flipper. Product number, 20th Century Fox Home Entertainment, Lucasfilm. Then up here you got the copy protection symbol, DVD video, region 4 PAL, and the rating again of PG. So once again, another region, this one an English-speaking region, COLOUR aside, an English-speaking region here that actually gets what I think of as a superior product to what the US got. It is not a flipper disc, thank goodness. Dual layer DVD, that makes so much more sense. It is so much nicer looking. It is easier to handle without smudging or damaging. Such a better product in that regard. Packaging wise, I could take or leave the changes because it just changes mainly because of the need for the rating at the bottom. Though I do kind of like the clear cases that let you see stuff on the inside so there's not an insert that could be damaged inside it. But yeah, if you were in Australia in 2004 and you were looking for their equivalent of this, well, it's this. And again, my thanks go to Mark Westcott for sending this my way. With that, we'll wrap up this episode. Thank you for watching, and may the Force be with the home video viewers, especially in Australia, where they handled this way better than we did. We dropped the ball on this one. Wait, why am I taking credit for us dropping the ball on this one? This wasn't the US dropping the ball. This was 20th Century Fox Home Entertainment dropping the ball on this one. It's their fault. Still the end of the episode, though. Thanks for watching.